Okay, for today's lesson, you need to open up Autodesk 123D Design, which is found on the desktops in the classroom, or it's free software that you can download to your iPad, things of that nature, your laptop. I've already set my units to inches, but you can do that right here, and you need to set it to inches. You know, I can switch it to centimeters or millimeters, but we're going to be drawing in inches. And I've went ahead and set my snap to 1/4 of an inch, which means that every time I reach 1/4 of an inch, it'll kind of stutter, and that's where the line would snap to if I were drawing with it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a few different approaches at drawing the L block, which was the first thing we drew by hand in class with the orthographic projections. And I'm going to start with these solid geometric shapes right here. And you can take this one, and it says insert a box. If you notice at the bottom of the screen, it gives me 3 different measurements: length, which I'm going to go ahead and call 3 inches, and width, which I'm going to call 1.5 inches, because that's what our L blocks was, and a height. I can say 2 inches, and why not? Let's go ahead and just, the overall block was 2 inches, so let's do it that way, and maybe see one of the first things you might want to learn about this program. So what I have is this nice rectangular prism. It's, you know, solid all the way around, but it's not the shape I wanted. Now, if you remember right, our block was 2 inches tall and 3 inches wide. I mean 3 inches in length, pardon me, and 1.5 inches wide, which you can see right here. But we also had from 1 inch over 2 inches and up missing. So one of the cool things about a lot of these 3D softwares is that you can subtract material. Now, easiest way to do this is to find a surface that you want to subtract from. Go up here again, and we have to switch over and use a drawing tool for this. And I'll choose a rectangle. I'm going to click that. And it's being a little cranky, so I'm going to click the rectangle so I have it. There we go, we got it. And it says click to select a sketch. So I'm going to click this surface of the block, and notice it gives me this little, you know, check mark over here. It says it's ready to go. Oops, I lost my sketch. So there it is. I can go ahead and click on that corner, and I can drag over here and drag a little bit of the way. I don't have to really worry about whether or not I get the right measurements, because you see there's 2 little boxes. The one that's for the 9.63 right now is your height, see? And the other one's your width this way, or length this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. I know I need it to be 1 inch this way. And I'm going to hit the tab key so I can highlight the one at the top. And I know that needs to be 2. And I'll go ahead and hit enter, and then enter again. And that gives me another surface, another plane to make use of. Now what I'm going to do is click this plane, and if you look, the little tool button pops up, and an extrude button right over here allows me to extrude that surface. Now if I extrude it this way, it would add a piece to my block. But if I extrude it this way, since there's already material there, it's subtracting that piece of block. So I'll go back the 1.5 inches I need, hit enter, and sure enough, there it's gone. So I've drawn the L block that way, and I can go ahead and just delete that plane now. And voila, I've got an L block. So let's kind of pan away from that a little bit. And, you know, that's what your zoom lens is for. Look out, look up, scoot around a little bit. Let's think of another way. Since this is really quite simple shape, I could just go ahead and grab what they call polyline. And I could get down here on my surface to draw and start at one of these points. And I could draw up 2 inches. It should snap right on it. There you go, 2. Click it once and pull over this way until it snaps on the inch. Pull it once. Go down 1 inch. Pull it once. Slide over here. And notice I'm going to start to run out of room, so I may need to, I can't really zoom and see what I'm doing, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my tabs and pull that down. It's 90 degrees. I need to go down 1 inch, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. and click my mouse button once. I'm going to have to escape it. It's not letting me. Let me get up here, see if I can zoom and still not lose my place. Okay, yep, you can do that. Hey, I learned something new today. You can go up here and zoom and click on this, pull it in or pull it out where you need it, and then when you click the screen again, it lets that line come back to you. So that's a wonderful feature. So I'm going to go down and pull my inch straight down, the 90-degree angle showing up. Go over here and close this off. Now I have another profile that I can extrude. Go ahead and hit enter. Make sure that I'm off of the polyline tool. And I can click this. A little tool window opens up. You can click on the extrude. Pull this up 1.5 inches because that's how wide the other one was. And just say enter. And sure enough, now I have 2 L blocks. I can take this one, move it away. If I needed 10 of these, then I could just click this again and pull it up. Or maybe I needed another L block, but I needed it to be 10, 12 inches long, something big like that. So it's just a good thing you can do. Now, if there's something you've done that you don't want to do, you just hit Control-Z. It's gone. Once you've created your part, you can go ahead and get rid of this profile by highlighting it and just hit delete. So there's 2 ways we could have drawn the L block. Another way is we could have started with a basic rectangular shape or this shape and added to instead of taken from. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and take this and make a basic shape. The bottom, we knew that it was 3 inches long. We knew that it was 1.5 inches wide, and we know the base of it's 1 inch tall. So let's go ahead and do that. And then if we had to add to it, maybe we want to add a piece to both ends, which it's easier to add than not. Go back up, grab my rectangle tool, come down here and get this surface, get on the corner, and I need my shape. It's 1.5 in width, and it's 1 inch this way. Hit enter again, and there I have my little rectangle I've drawn. Go ahead and extrude it 1 inch up, hit enter, and sure enough, there I've got another L block. So that's just a few different ways that you can draw the same image. Get this out of my way, I don't need it. You really don't want to keep those sketches around because if you go to print a part like this, those sketches will interfere with the STL file. Okay, with this done and you know what to do, your task for today before you leave is to have drawn the remaining 4 blocks and go ahead and draw them all on one space. When you're done, you'll save your work, and you go to save a copy, and you would save that to your computer, and you save that to your student file, to a flash drive, whatever, and then you'll go out to Canvas and you upload that 123D design file to me so that I can check your work.